Welcome to True Blue Politics Daily. I'm Anita, and I'm here with my co-host Karen from Chicago. Say hello, Karen.
Hello.
And today is August 12th. I got that right.
Yeah, you did.
August 12th, 2026.
Not to be
And
confused with 2024.
yes, not to be confused with well, no, it's certainly not 2024. Um, but anyway, so we're just going to talk about some things that are going on. And we'll start with some it's exciting. It's good news
It is.
from Nate Silver.
I
And
think
he
so.
just put out his forecast. I don't particularly like Nate Silver,
No, he
but I
got,
like,
remember him?
but
Oh, yeah,
yeah, I don't like him. But
I
he
don't
did
either.
now these forecasts are, kind of in line with the way I've been thinking things are going.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore they're, okay, they're
Well, then,
correct.
then you agree with them
That's
as
right.
long as we agree.
But
Oh,
normally,
yeah.
I just don't. A lot of this stuff, like Real Clear Politics, they do that. What do you call it? Where they take all those polls and they get an average, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Real Clear Politics average.
Yeah.
But they average. They put in pollsters like Trafalgar and Rasmussen to get that average. So you can't trust them. Nate Silver and 530, they sometimes do that same sort of thing. But anyway, so he put out his forecast.
Well, you're the pollster, not me. So
Well, I do. I pay attention to
trust.
pollsters. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you hate
hey.
polls. You hate
I hate
polls.
polls because I have always said polls reflect the information that people are getting, and if they're not getting
Well,
good information from the media, then I don't know if they have, then
but that doesn't mean they're not correct. Just
whatever.
because yes, they are a reflection of the information people are
Well,
getting.
then people are
And
dumb.
you know what? The polls are a necessity because we need to find out what information are people taking in.
Hmm. None,
So,
none
well,
information.
apparently they are taking
Now
in
I think they
some.
are. Now I think they are. I think they're
Okay.
doing it more.
You don't
Anyway,
like polls
I don't like
because
polls.
yeah, okay, go ahead.
All right. So, but this is really one of the only things that we disagree on. And I don't even know if
It's
we
true.
disagree
We don't
on
really
it, but
disagree. It's
yeah,
just that,
it's
yeah,
just,
when I
yeah,
talk about polls, Karen
I'm
goes like,
skeptical.
yeah.
Okay, whatever.
But
Okay.
they're important. They are important because we need to know where things are at.
Okay.
Even if you think
If
they're
you say so.
wrong,
If you
you
say
know
so.
that they're in some sort of ballpark.
If you say
Okay.
so. Okay. All right.
What are
No.
you
So,
gonna do?
okay.
Just guess who's gonna win?
Okay. Okay. All right. You win. All
I
right.
can't handle that. Okay,
No,
I cannot handle that.
I know. Okay. Here. So the most likely Senate pickups. This is Silver Bulletin Deluxe forecast. This is for
Nate
August
Silver.
11,
Yeah.
2026. North Carolina, Cooper, Dem candidate, 90%.
Roy Cooper. Roy Cooper
Mm-hmm.
is,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he has a 90% chance of winning that Senate race.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. That's good. Go ahead.
And then we have ME, which is of course,
Merrill.
is that
Oh,
Maryland? Yes.
Minnesota. Who is
Wait,
it?
ME.
Maryland?
Wait, ME I think is Maryland, right? No. Oh,
I
Maine.
get the
Is that
M's
Maine?
mixed up. Yeah,
Is that
Maine.
Maine?
It is
Maine.
Maine.
Woo, boy. I was like,
I
wait, that's
know.
not right.
There's so many M's.
Oh my
Okay.
God,
Who
seriously.
cares?
MD is Maryland. Okay.
Okay.
So here, so Emmy Jackson, oh boy, Jackson, 69%.
What's his first name? Uh, what's his name? First name?
Miss Jackson,
No, if you're nasty.
if you're nasty.
Yeah.
No.
Troy Jackson.
Troy,
Isn't it
okay.
Troy? Troy
Okay. If
Jackson.
you say so.
And what are his chances,
It's
Karen?
69. Oh
69.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. And
All right.
that's good.
That's
That's
good.
great.
That
Hmm.
is good. Okay, so
Hmm.
then we have Texas, and that's Tellerico, who you may have
James
heard of.
Tellerico.
Yep,
Yes.
James Tellerico. And that is 63%, which
What?
what?
What? Texas? No, that has to be
No,
wrong.
that's gotta be
That
a
has to
typo.
be wrong.
That's gotta be a
Okay,
typo.
guys.
Mm,
This is very exciting.
yes, it
That
is.
James Tellerico, Nate Silver, who's an asshole, okay?
Yes,
And normally I don't like, but I do like this.
we
And
do like this.
yes, he's given Nate Silver now. The like Polymarket. No, was it Polymarket? Or it was one of these betting
Yeah, betting
platforms
things.
had him have him at 51%. So
Hmm.
he even has a better. Nate Silver's giving him a better chances than that. But the truth is, The Democrat is likely to win the Texas Senate seat. And let me tell
Yeah.
you, they're panicking.
They're
They are
panicking. And so
panicking.
what
They're
are they?
panicking.
They're putting out videos,
Oh,
ridiculous AI videos
yes.
about how, yeah, we'll play
Yeah,
it.
we'll have to play that
Yeah.
right after this. Yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah. Okay, so then we have in Ohio, Sherrod Brown. See, I got that one right.
Sure, I do like Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod
Okay.
Brown, yeah. So
I was
50,
very upset when he lost.
yeah,
Okay.
me too. So
Mhm.
58%, Anita.
Hey, James Tillery has a better chance than Sherrod Brown. That's pretty remarkable.
Wow.
But both of them are going to win. So
Yes, absolutely.
both of them are going to win. Sherrod Brown, I guess, because Husted is a better candidate that he's running against than Ken
Mm-hmm.
Paxton.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets it, so Husted is doesn't I mean Sherrod Brown doesn't have as good a chance because of that. I think that's probably what that is.
Yeah, now this guy I really like, Josh Turek.
Oh, I
He's
love Josh.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's in Iowa and he
he's the guy in
actually
the
did
wheelchair. Yeah.
yes, that President Obama did a
Yes.
an ad with.
Basketball.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I love
So
that. Okay,
he, you ready for the number?
go ahead.
44%.
I think his chances are better than that. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because he's been ahead in the polls. I've been paying
Mm-hmm.
attention. I know you don't pay attention to polls, but I do, Karen,
I
because
don't. I don't.
see, but he has been ahead in the polls consistently. So I
Mm-hmm.
think his chances are better. Maybe they're looking at it as Iowa and his opponent. I don't even know who his opponent. I forget who his opponent is,
Mm-hmm.
but has a because he's not as
That's not what is
just
important now. Mm-hmm.
as awful as Ken Paxton. But no, not many people are
Not
really,
really, no. Mm-mm.
yeah, except Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, all right. So now we move on to Arkansas or Kansas.
yeah, that's a tough one. I
Mary
mean,
Peltola is the
oh, you mean
Democrat.
No, Alaska.
Oh, that's Alaska?
That's
Oh,
Arkansas. I'm
wait,
like
what's Arkansas? AS?
AK.
AK? Yeah, no, but this is
Oh,
AK.
AR. Then it must be. You know what? Who
Oh,
cares?
Lord.
Who
Okay,
pays attention to
AR. Who
Arkansas?
cares? AR. You're right. Or is that Arizona? Shit. No, that's AZ. Never mind. Okay, so, oh my God, Anita, are you drunk? I'm
No, we're
drunk.
not even drunk. But you
We're
know
not
what? I
even
don't know.
drunk.
Okay,
We
I
got to
don't know
do a
that.
drunk one.
You know
Yeah.
what? This is something I just have not paid attention to.
Okay.
The
I'm sorry. My bad.
abbreviations.
I
Mhm.
I got it wrong to begin with. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
Alaska. This is Mary Peltola for U.S. Senate, and she is at drummel
Mm.
43%.
Yeah. See, she has a better chance. Today they just came out with the poll with her way ahead.
Yep.
So I think she's got a great chance.
Yep.
And you know what? You've got to remember, Democrats are outperforming by about 13 points. Okay.
Yes.
And in this climate, with Donald Trump with poll numbers gutter, they're in the low 30s.
They're in the deep, deep ocean. They're in the
Yeah.
ocean.
They're down there with Greg Louganis. He says stuff like that.
Yeah. Down with Greg Louganis.
Louganis.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
He
God.
does a lot of these kind of water analogies.
I love that. I love
Me
it.
too. I love him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on.
Okay, so we're moving on to
No,
Alex.
but what are the chances? Okay,
I
keep
I,
going.
I just said it, 43%.
Okay. Oh, Alex Vindman?
No, Peltola. So
Oh, Peltola. Okay.
yeah, so Vindman, Florida, 22%. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't paid much attention to Florida, but I think he probably has a better chance than that too. I just think with this climate. Now remember, this is only August. In politics, 3 months or whatever, 2.5 months is just a lifetime.
Oh.
So things can change, but I think he's gonna. I hope Florida. Come on, Florida, but they're a bunch of weirdos over there, so who knows?
Yeah. All right. So then we have Dan Osborne.
Dan Osborne is the independent guy.
He's
not a
He's an
Democrat.
independent.
He's an independent. Oh, yeah, but you know what?
He's a veteran, an industrial mechanic, former labor union leader, and independent politician from Nebraska.
Nebraska, yeah. Oh, we know Nebraska.
Utah. Oh man.
So anyway, he's got a chance, and I think he probably will caucus with Democrats.
Yeah. So, but he's at 17%.
Yeah, well, because it's Nebraska,
right?
And there's 3 people in the race, and it's just
yeah.
Well, I don't even know what's going on over there because I don't pay attention to Nebraska.
Right.
Well, that's Sean.
Yeah. All right. So now we got KS. Kansas.
Kansas? Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. And this is Kansas is Hamilton.
Hamilton. I don't know.
You don't know?
I've heard good
Here.
things, I think.
Well, well, here. I mean, let's look it up really quick. We have time. Uh, well, okay. Hamilton. Oh, I don't see the first name.
We should know this.
Hamilton.
There's
Come
a
on.
lot of Hamiltons.
There is.
Jody
Okay. Oh,
Hamilton.
here I got it. I got it. Adam Hamilton.
Okay, go Adam.
Okay, go Adam. 17%. Same as Osborne.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, you
then
know what?
mhm,
Keep going.
okay. Then we have South Carolina.
How many more are there here?
This is the last one, Anita.
Okay, go. If you were going to do all 50 states, I was going to leave.
So this is Annie Andrews in South Carolina.
That's the doctor that's running against Lindsey Graham's.
Lindsay's sister, but she's got it. There's a runoff, right?
She's got a runoff. I don't know
Yeah.
how she did it. I didn't pay attention, but
I
she's in a
don't either.
runoff, which means that there's a little tension there. There's some,
Oh, yeah.
I think Lindsey Graham this was gonna be a tough race for him,
Mhm.
period.
Yeah, so she's got 12%.
Oh, the Democrat? Yeah, it's South Carolina. I mean, but the truth is, from what I understand, I've been listening to these experts on elections, and if it's above 10%, I mean, then there's hope.
I
Okay?
feel like in the returns that I was seeing, last night, it feels like there's more Democratic voters that are out in the mid or in the primaries.
Oh, definitely. I know in the race in was it Minnesota? What was the one where she was supposed to that Wisconsin?
Mm-hmm.
In Wisconsin, a lot more Democrats showed up.
Yes.
And Wisconsin is about a 50-50 state.
It was okay. Wait, I was talking to my stepmom, and it was over 500,000. Well over 500,000.
I heard 800,000.
Oh, it was 800,000. It was final.
800,000.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, because actually, I think that was like with 85%. But anyway, yeah. So way more. Way more.
Way more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a tight race, but
Mhm.
I mean, and it was a surprise. That
Mhm.
whole thing, because I was kind of like, okay, so this woman, Hun, was
Mhm.
going to win. What's her first name? Francesca Hun, right?
Hung. Mhm.
Hung. Okay, and so she's a DSA, and I would prefer. I don't know much about this other guy, David.
He's a moderate. He's a moderate. And I mean, I think that in Wisconsin, he was,
has a better chance.
yeah, he may have a better chance.
I
So
don't know.
anyway, but let's move on. So I just want to play this. So you sent me this video, Libs of TikTok.
I
put
know she
out.
put it out, and
James Tellerico.
she thinks it's such a flex, and it's not. Okay,
No,
guys,
it
let's
is not.
play it.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead. James Tellerico wants to trans and militate. What? Mutilate your kids?
Militate
What?
your kids.
Mutilate your kids. They don't spell it out. They're like
Oh,
trying to, yeah.
Mutilate
Your kids. This ad is playing all over Texas. Brutal.
Mm.
Okay, here.
It's not playing all over Texas because Ken
No.
Paxton is broke. But go ahead.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
She dreams of growing up, falling in love, becoming a mother.
4, 5, 6,
Keep counting.
Oh my God.
7,
The trans industry preys on confused
trans-
children. Irreversible
trans
puberty
industry?
blockers, cross-sex
Jesus.
hormones, sex change.
Okay. Can we stop
Okay,
that?
first of all, I know it's okay.
I
This
can't,
is so
I can't.
disgusting. This is all bullshit. This is not happening. Of course,
No.
it's not happening. Second of all, they ruined it because the reason why this was so powerful when LBJ did with the Daisy, they called it the Daisy ad,
Mhm.
where she's doing the daisies, is you had this is very simple.
Yep.
Okay, what they've done is just this deep voice, trying to explain this bullshit to you.
Right.
It's so ridiculous. And first of all, I see James Tellerico ads all the time.
right.
I have never seen this Ken Paxton ad. So when
Yeah.
she says it's all over Texas, and I live in
Right.
Texas. And also it's just people are obviously they're not buying it because guess not only is James Tellerico ahead,
Mhm.
but Dan Patrick who is our God, I forget the woman's name that's beating him, but in our attorney, I mean our lieutenant governor, he's
Mm-hmm.
losing by like 6 points
Wow.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay, they are losing all over Texas. This is not just James Telrico, so they are desperate as shit, and they're putting this crap out, trying to do this culture war bullshit. It's not going to work. People, they used it before, but you know what? There was something people had. It wasn't really this that kind of moved the dial for people.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't these kind of ads. It wasn't the trans bullshit fear. It was Donald Trump promising he was going to fix everything. He was going to lower prices. He's going to do all these things, and people were just and racism, of course. So let's just put that aside because it was mostly racism.
Of
But
course.
all this crap about how he's with this very small group of people that he was going to lower prices, people who were desperate and fall for this kind of garbage, right?
Mm-hmm.
These ads. I mean, when you can't feed your family,
Right.
there are people. I was listening to Gina Hinojosa, and she was talking about people in Texas that are selling their blood 3 times a week, their plasma,
Plasma. Yep.
to make it.
Right.
You think this stuff is going to
This
work?
shit is not going to work. It's not going to
No.
work, and it's disgraceful. So so here we have congrats to fellow pipeline fighter and water protector Peggy Flanagan, who
She
is
won.
one step closer to making history as the first Native American woman to serve in the U.S. Senate. Thank you for always standing with the people, the critters, and the water. We are proud of you. Another movement leader wins tonight.
Yeah, she's taking the place. What's it? Tina Smith, who's
Mhm.
retiring.
Yes.
So she's probably going to
Minnesota.
win her seat. But
Yeah.
remember her? She's a Native American.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's pretty exciting, and she's very
But
progressive.
here, yes, very progressive. But here, and this might shock you, but Mike Lindell, the pillow guy, lumpy pillow guy,
don't tell me.
is
Don't say it.
refusing. Well, you're going to be shocked. Is refusing to concede the Minnesota GOP primary. He claims there are anomalies in the vote
Oh,
totals
you
that
mean he
his team
lost?
is investigating. Yes,
He
liar. Yeah.
His team is investigating. Okay, guys, when are you going to figure out that these guys are full of shit? They're
Yeah.
just sore losers. They're just big babies. Okay.
Mhm.
When is MAGA? And I think they know, but
Mhm.
they are just big babies too.
Mhm.
And they can't accept the fact that they lost. I can remember during Obama them crying about Acorn. Remember
Mhm.
Acorn? It's always something with these guys. So and Mike Lindell whining. He was endorsed by Donald Trump. Remember?
Yeah. Yep.
He was. So this is another loss for Donald Trump. I guess he's losing his touch there.
Oh dear.
He never had it, but
Oh dear. Well, and of course, this is all, to say about, what's going on in Iran.
yeah.
So there's the Hormuz letter breaking. Gulf states and their energy producers have lost faith in the Trump administration and are privately accepting Iran's permanent control over the Strait of Hormuz because the alternative, returning to war, would be worse, per Wall Street Journal. Gulf states don't like the emerging deal that formalizes Iranian oversight of inbound ships, but they see it as the least bad option compared to further military escalation, which would put their energy infrastructure at risk. It seems that Iran will essentially want to control not just the Strait of Hormuz, but all aspects related to it, whether trade or export of oil or gas, and will dictate its terms to the Gulf countries for them to use, as senior Gulf officials say. Iran has declared the new Iranian control in the strait irreversible, and the U.S. has no alternative but to accept it or face costs much greater than in the past.
This is just incredible.
Mhm.
This is so incredible.
Mhm.
Before Donald Trump just decided to start this war with Iran, the Strait of Hormuz was open and free.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Gulf nations thought
Mhm.
they had this kind of protective umbrella because they had basically just shoveled all kinds of favors to Donald Trump and money. Remember
Mhm.
that, and even like the jet,
Yeah.
right, that he's flying in out. So now they're saying they're pretty much like, okay, you can't protect us. We're just gonna, it seems that Iran has got the upper hand here, and they're calling they're making demands, and they're
Which was not
deciding.
the case before this all started.
It
by
wasn't,
the way.
but
No.
when we had the JCPOA,
Yeah.
the Strait of Hormuz was open, and guess what? We also had a nuclear deal.
What?
They were not allowed to enrich their uranium.
Okay, but whoa. You're forgetting that Donald Trump said, I have completely obliterated Iran 37 times. They are no
that's
longer
true.
a threat.
And he also won the war that many times, I think, too. I mean,
he's won 100 wars, Anita.
It's also incredible. We need to talk about this. Okay, he's supposed to be this. He pretends to be this big tough guy, right? And he's saying, Iran is begging him for a deal and all this other stuff, which is all a bunch of crap. But if he is so powerful and everything, and Iran is on their knees, why is he hiding?
Why is he hiding? Let's talk about that. We have some more to unpack. We need to unpack this. PBS News, we have new details tonight about the extraordinary secret security measures taken to protect President Donald Trump. I'm just going to go ahead and play this, okay?
Okay, play it.
Okay, and this is about 5.5 minutes, though. So,
you're going to play the whole thing?
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
We'll just
As
talk
he finished
about
his trip to the Ankara NATO summit last month, President Trump swept aside a question about why he wasn't flying home on the plane on which he'd arrived, a Qatari-gifted 747.
Why aren't you flying on the new Air Force One home?
It's flying to Europe, to one of the big bases, 2 or 3 of the big bases, where we can show it to the people, and we'll be going home by normal methods.
His journey home only appeared normal. At 8:24 p.m. local that evening, President Trump boarded the legacy Air Force One. He turned around, gave a wave to the cameras broadcasting his departure live, and disappeared behind the closed door, which is when the camera zooms out but doesn't focus on that catering truck. It was parked on the other side of the plane, near another catering truck at the level of the doors to let food in or sneak the president out. And 6 minutes later, at 8:30 p.m. local, the truck that usually caters to the president now secretly carrying him.
Speed it up.
It backs up
Oh my
away
God,
from
wait
Air
a minute.
Force
No, I
One
got to take
toward
this in.
another
Hold
U.S.
on.
government plane parked behind, unbeknownst to the press corps. The other plane, an Air Force C-32A, usually reserved for the Secretary of Defense or other senior officials, but not the president. At 8:44 p.m. local, the legacy plane takes off without the president, who was in fact still on the ground in the smaller plane, as the camera focuses on the plane that had become a decoy, flying to the United Kingdom's Mildenhall Royal Air Force Base. When the legacy Air Force One landed there, it took the president 40 minutes to disembark, apparently the time it took him to land in the smaller plane and secretly move onto the legacy plane and walk down the steps as if nothing had happened.
Oh my God.
He then walked to the new Qatari-gifted plane, where on board he told journalists there was nothing unusual going on.
So you're saying there wasn't a security concern?
No. Why would
you? Were you aware of any credible threat by Iran against Air Force
I have
One?
a threat all the time. I'm number 1 on their list, before you. But if I go, you go, right?
Oh my God.
4 hours it took for the legacy.
Oh my God.
If I go, you go. Think about that.
If I go, you go.
You
oh
go.
My God.
No. You are not in the plane with them. They are in the plane that might get shot down.
Right, exactly.
Plane. Yeah.
What the
I mean,
fuck?
he is
This
just
guy is a
shameless.
Sociopath.
Oh,
he's a
just the worst.
psychopath.
Okay,
Oh
I want to say something, because Bill Clinton used a body double. Well, let me tell you what he didn't do. He informed the press, and the way he did it, because they were going over Pakistan, the way he did it was he went into he was in the plane with the press. The Secret Service was a body double, and he went into a different plane, which was supposed the plane that would have been targeted, right? Because he was a Secret Service agent.
Yeah.
And Bill Clinton stayed in the plane with the press.
Right.
This guy, he's just fucking unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
This is who he is, though. Think about it. The 5 deferments, the bone spurs, where somebody else died at his place, right?
Yep.
Or got injured or something.
Yeah.
The hiding in the bunker.
Hiding in the bunker when there were peaceful protests in Freedom Plaza. You know?
Yep. That's why we know that Butler
was
bullshit.
Yep.
Like
100% staged.
He is such a coward. You think he's going to stand up like that? No.
Fight. No. I knew it. I knew it right away, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You were you were right on top
I was
of
like,
that.
bullshit. No.
She did. The first thing she said, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a coward. He always has been a coward.
I hate him so much.
I know.
So, but he came out and spoke to reporters.
Oh yeah, you got to watch him speaking to reporters. God. They asked him about it. They asked him about whether or not, you know, they asked him about him going into this other plane, and what about the media, the staff and the media, because it was White House staff and the press corps.
Yep.
On that plane.
How do their families feel?
Yeah. I mean, how does the press feel?
How
does his staff feel?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just anyway.
It's insane.
It's insane. Yeah, but anyway, he just lies about it. Of course, he goes, and you got to listen to this.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here, I'm going to go ahead and play it.
Air Force One still flew out of Turkey with press and with White House officials on it. How much? Well, this one went over to England, where it was shown to the soldiers.
Because the soldiers need to see it.
Hold on.
To England because the soldiers wanted to see it, and it stopped, and they showed it to the soldiers, and we did a switch over there, and it was really as per the military, and I just have to do what they.
Hold on, it's buffering.
Okay.
They go for safety, and I have to do what they say.
Why was it too dangerous for you to fly on Air Force One, but not too dangerous for the press?
Actually, the plane that I flew on was at greater risk. I think it was
at
greater risk because that would be the plane. I think that they would be more likely to go for.
Okay.
Oh,
he was not. They didn't think he was on that plane. They did a complete subterfuge where he was like sneaking into the catering cart to get onto the other plane, and then he pretended he walked onto the Qatari plane, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they would think he was. So for him to say that, they made a big production out of him going into that plane with a White House press corps and staff were.
Mm-hmm.
He snuck out the back to get onto the other plane, and then he got back. When they landed, he snuck back on. Mm-hmm. And they waited 40 minutes because it took a while for him to come out. And then he pretended to be on that plane the whole time. I mean, for him to sit there and say that, God, this guy, people,
oh my God,
he will lie about anything.
Yeah.
Even when he's caught red-handed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's astonishing. And it's just so, if you really sit and think about it for a minute.
It is shocking.
It is shocking. He is a coward. He is a total fucking piece of shit to use these people, the press, his staffers, as a decoy. What the hell?
And then to sit there and say, you know, it was, what do you say? If I go, you go. If you go, I go. I mean, my God.
Come on now.
Oh, Jesus
Unbelievable. Christ. But here, so Lawrence O'Donnell, I watched a little bit of Lawrence last night. I know you did. And so he talks about how people are doing with all of the, the losing their health care, losing, the prices of everything going up.
But before you introduce that, I just want to say something about this, because Donald Trump ran. But none of these people voted for him because of his policy. I'm talking about the the core, the MAGA base. They thought this is a guy that they would feel safe with. They really believed this bullshit. They fell for the strong man, right? They thought he would protect them. But all of this stuff, losing the war to Iran like that, and then this, all of this is falling apart.
Yes.
He is being exposed.
Yep.
So that's the only good thing to come out of this. But go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this. This was from Lawrence O'Donnell the other night.
In his latest column for the New York Times, Nicholas Kristof traveled the country to discuss the economy and found, quote, many of us are blind to how many people have been left far behind. So far behind that they scarcely inhabit the same country as the rest of us. And this pain across America is now magnified by President Trump's cuts in food stamps, Medicaid, mental health funding for children, pregnancy prevention initiatives, and other social programs, as well as by rising gas and food prices. I visited the home of LaToya Foster, 31, a single mother with 6 children who has lost food stamps. Without food stamps, Foster now is behind in her rent, $650 a month for a 3-bedroom home in a crime-ridden neighborhood, and accumulating a $25 a day late fee on top of the rent owed. I hit rock bottom daily, she told me. The more I work, the harder stuff gets. And then she broke down and wept. Nick, I know you have traveled the world, traveled to the poorest places in this world, seeing people struggle. Now you're bringing that eye to the United States and what's going on here. And Donald Trump would simply call it all lies, that this suffering just doesn't exist.
Yeah. You know, I think that there are a lot of policymakers who inhabit this bubble in which the price of gas doesn't much matter, in which cutting 1.5 million kids off of food stamps over the last year doesn't matter so much. But when you go in that other world, this other America, boy, the pain is already intense and it's getting worse. And, you know, and there is this myth about the undeserving poor. And, you know, there is no doubt that there are many poor people who make bad choices, just as there are many rich people who make bad choices. But the woman you just mentioned, LaToya Foster, you know, this is a woman who is working for $13 an hour as a shift manager at Taco Bell. She's trying to earn a college degree so she can be a teacher as well. She's raising her kids. She's really trying to do everything right. And all of a sudden, her food stamps were taken away, on which she and her kids completely rely. And so she can't pay rent. And so they're at risk of being homeless. And it's just, you know, everywhere I went on this 1,000-mile road trip, Lawrence, I ran into stories like this. It just broke my heart.
Yep. That's where we're
at. It is heartbreaking. I was you know what, I was raised by a single parent. There were 3 kids. I feel for this woman. I can't even imagine. My mother, we were born at a time when, you know, we had a much stronger social safety net, let's just say. And the church helped us a lot. But I remember it was a struggle when my mom first divorced my dad. You know, but I just can't even imagine, because you know what? Not being able to feed your kids.
Right.
This is so heartbreaking. And these people like Bassett and all these people up there talking about it being a golden age.
Golden age for them.
Yeah. And how great everything is.
Yeah.
It's just, it's offensive.
It's not playing, but it's offensive and it's not playing. I mean, and this is why we're seeing the numbers that we are with the, you know, the polling and the, you know, the turnout and the, you know, I mean, I feel like people are connecting the dots. They're understanding, you know, I mean, you can't deny it. It's like, no, Donald Trump said he was going to lower prices day one. Okay. And for anybody that wasn't paying attention, you know, before or whatever, all they know is that our prices are going up and who's to blame.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah. Well,
make it make sense that it's Joe Biden's fault.
Yeah, you know? I know. They know that they were doing better with Joe Biden and things were getting better.
Yeah.
But there were people like her, and I hope to God she didn't vote for Donald Trump. But there are people like her that you know, have been desperate for a long time, and because Republicans continue. First of all, we've had this stupid trickle-down economics and continue to cut social programs that are hurting these people. Because like I said, I was born in a time when we had a much stronger social safety net, right? But those things have been weakened tremendously since Reagan.
Yep. Yeah.
And I can imagine. I mean, it was much easier, even like things like she was talking about going to school.
Yeah.
I mean, it's much harder to get grants and loans to go to school now.
Yeah. Well, you know, yesterday I spent quite a bit of time riding around in Lyft because I had some things and it was storming and I was like, I don't really feel like driving around, so I'm going to go ahead and, finding parking in the city and all that.
Right.
So I had an opportunity, and I always like this because, you get to know people when you're, in a Lyft and, you have
You're cutting out.
drivers.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I'm
get to
cutting
know
out.
yeah, a
And
little bit.
you have drivers who are, want to talk
Right.
and so there was one gentleman who moved to Chicago. His friends talked him into moving to Chicago from LA. He had an IT job, lost his IT job there. He was having, a hard time finding anything new. And of course, the cost of living there was pretty high. So his friends got him to move to Chicago. And he is driving Lyft and he's trying to figure out where he's going to get his next job because so far he's been here for a year and he cannot find a job in IT. And
Yeah.
he says that he knows a lot of people that have lost their jobs because of AI. Yeah. And then another gentleman who dropped me off at home, Palestinian, and he was talking about, he was like, look, he goes, I mean, for me it was like things were better under Joe Biden. He's like, and he wasn't somebody who loved Joe Biden,
Right.
but he is somebody that was like, I know that my life was better under Joe Biden.
Yep. It was better.
Yeah.
And it was getting better. I mean,
right.
The post-COVID shock to the economic system was real.
Yeah, and one thing that he said, and let me just say this because I thought this was important, and even though I was kind of like, well, I do know that, it was like he inherited a post-pandemic economy. And I mentioned that he goes, I don't care why. I don't want to hear excuses. All I know is that Joe Biden, my life and things were more affordable under Joe Biden. So I say that to say that people, they don't want to hear the excuses. So if Donald Trump is sitting there running around trying to, shift the blame, they don't care because all they know is that Donald Trump is in charge. They see these are people that are not necessarily hardcore Democrats. But they see that this is Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump and this is the Republicans.
I just wish they were more sophisticated.
I know, but you know what? Hey, listen, and yeah, whatever.
We know what the truth is.
We know what the truth is. But look, right now,
I know the reality is
if they get this, then okay.
Yeah, but then what bothers me is when they say that about Joe Biden, who just come out of COVID, and then you look at what he was trying to do. And I heard somebody say this, and it was very important. A caller, like I'd heard it on something from the Washington Journal, and was like, yeah, but he was doing things to try to help people.
Right.
Donald Trump doesn't seem to be doing any of that. Right. I mean, he doesn't care about anything but redecorating, tearing things down, making and helping rich people.
Yes.
And enriching himself.
Yep.
And so and not only that, but what he's done has made things, he's not making things better.
No.
Joe Biden was trying desperately to make things better, and he was doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
What Donald Trump did with the tariffs and now the war.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and of course, but I'm saying, but as far as your average person,
how they think about it. Yeah.
How they think about it. They do not want to, they don't care why, it's like.
Yeah, but they should.
They should, but like we have to meet people. I mean, like people like that, I'm willing to meet them where they are. He's not a hardcore MAGA. Those people are, guck them. But this guy is somebody.
But I worry about.
I know, but this,
like
and he's voting. He's going to be voting for Democrats.
But I bet he didn't before because he didn't know.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that. All he knows is that and remember, keep in mind, this guy is a Palestinian American who, I think Gaza was definitely something that factored into his belief system and how he perceived things. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say on that front. But the bottom line is this: he just said, I just know that my life was better under Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to get into a big, debate about it. It's a Lyft ride. So I'm not going to get into a big debate.
You should not have. Yeah.
No. So anyway, but so a lot going on. But yeah,
good and bad.
Yep.
But it's important that we understand how these policies are actually affecting people, because maybe, it hasn't hurt us that much to where we can't buy food for our kids, our families, right?
Right.
But there are people that can't, that are going without health care.
Right.
Because of Donald Trump, because he cut millions of people off health care.
Yep.
That are who can't afford food, that have to decide between food and her rent.
Right.
That is a reality for a lot of people.
That's a reality for a lot of people. I mean, this is hitting a lot of people that have not felt this kind of strain before.
No, it's so
and
upsetting.
Then think about how that would be received when Republicans then come out there and say that people just need to work harder. They need to try, they need to pull themselves up by the bootstraps, and they just need
while
to work
we're watching
harder.
you guys play golf and take months off of work.
Yeah. How do you think that plays? It's not going to. It doesn't play well. And talking about how it's a golden age, and by the way, this fact that people are relying on credit cards again.
Yep.
And by the way, without consumer protections.
Yeah. I know there's so many bad things happening.
Oh my God.
It's almost, it's overwhelming, really. But the truth is, you know what? It's hard work being poor, honestly.
It is. It sure is.
It's hard work being poor. And the laziest people are people.
Donald Trump.
Not all wealthy people, but a lot of wealthy people are pretty fucking lazy. Look at these Republicans who want to take all this time off. The guy that disappeared for 3 months.
Yep. Exactly.
And then you want to
McConnell?
Well, Mitch McConnell too, but the guy that said he had a mental health thing, which I respect. But guess what? You voted for everybody else to have protections or health care or a mental health coverage. You voted against paid family leave.
Right. Right.
So fuck you.
Right. Exactly right. So, all right. Well, this has been a great chat.
It has. We should leave on a positive note. James Telrico, Texas is going.
Yay! Woohoo!
Yay! Yeah.
Yeah. Good numbers from these races. So
we have to turn this around. We have to stop this criminal enterprise. They're stealing everything from us. They're hurting people. People are suffering. We need to stop it.
Yeah.
That's what we can do right now, is stop the bleeding.
That's it. So we're going to play you out with another Lego video from Iran.
Oh, I think you'll like this one.
Okay. I better. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody. Oh, by the way, guys, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And ring the bell, and then head over to our Patreon and become a member, and you'll be able to get into the chat, and you get the bi-weekly podcast and all of these videos. But you'll get the bi-weekly podcast a day early than when it drops on all the other platforms. I know, right? All right. Love you guys. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Big speech. Big jet. Cameras got the shot. Cater Force One. Cater Force One. Air Force for the cameras. Food truck for the run. Cater Force One. Cater Force One. Talk like a king till the warning came through. Front door swagger. Back door flight. Press on the decoy with the window shades tight. Cater Force One. Cater Force One. Whole tough guy image came undone. Boarded Air Force One for the big photo op. Wave like a king, then he made the swap. Catering truck lifted him up real clean. Drove him across the tarmac like a meal on the scene. C-32A waiting in the dark while the decoy plane took the press on the arc. They thought he was with them. Shades pulled tight, but the boss was already gone into the night. One plane for the picture, one plane for the flight, one story for the public, one escape in the night. Cater Force One. Cater Force One. Air Force for the cameras. Food truck for the run. Cater Force One. Cater Force One. All that tough talk till the warning came through. Front door swagger. Back door flight. decoy in the air while you slipped out of sight. Cater Force One, Cater Force One. I ran, changed the rap before the night was done. Sacred defense. Air Force One for the image. Cater Force One for the exit. Sacred defense.